Dynasty is not anti-democracy, it is subject to the democratic will of the voters. I mean, the fact is, our society is characterized by what one might call the transmission of talent through the gene pool, right? I mean, you want to be a good carpenter or a good cobbler, you better have a father, an uncle who's a carpenter or a cobbler because nobody else is going to teach you. That's how the caste system began. Professions came down the family tree. You want to be a Bollywood star, it helps like hell if your father was a Bollywood star, right? You want to be in pretty much any profession. I inaugurated the convention, the All India Convention, the All India Ophthalmologists Association. And the outgoing president told me very proudly that his son had just qualified to be an ophthalmologist and now he could look forward to his son inheriting his practice. So even in the scientific domain and so on, dynasty is somehow deeply embedded in our culture. It is not like that so much in the West. Of course, we have the Bushes and the Kennedys and so on in America as well. But the truth is that for the most part, the kind of widespread practice that we see in our society of people inheriting the professions, the businesses, the personal activities of their ancestors, that's a particularly Indian thing. Why is it we expect politics to be an exception? Now, it so happens I am an exception. I have had nobody in my family tree who has ever been a politician, and I'm going to have nobody in the rest of my family tree who wants to be a politician. So the question for me is, you know, I've come into this field because I have certain personal convictions. Believe me, I've been put through enough Agni Parikshas by the professional politicians and by others, but I'm there at it because I believe that in a democracy, politics is still the very best way you can make a difference to the future of our society. And that's why I'm there. But for me, personally, dynasty may be relevant. Around me, I see some very able and bright people who happen to be dynasts. The credibility they have earned has come from their own hard work. So a Sachin Pilot in Rajasthan, he's there, undoubtedly he got his early break because he's Rajesh Pilot's son. But there is no question that he is where he is and he has the popularity he has because of his own daily efforts in leading the party. There's a Jyotiraditya Scindia, who is a compelling orator in Hindi and English, who is a hard-working young man, full of ideas.
I was hoping you'll name my good friend Arun Yadav instead, but anyway.
No, so we can go on and on and on. I mean, look, let's face it.
You failed to sell those young leaders.
The Thackeray family in Maharashtra, where is it? I mean, unless you happen to be a spinster lady without a son, in the case of either Jayalalitha or Mamata Banerjee, and even they seem to have heirs acquired through, shall we say, non-political fosters and attributed to his wife. So the fact is that that is the Indian way, and I don't think you're being fair in somehow considered anti-dynastic or an anti-democratic. Let me just say one thing. Dynasty does not work unless there are enough of you to support the dynast. The favorite story I have from another profession is this poor fellow Kumar Gaurav, who had one big hit film in Rajendra Kumar's son. Second film flopped, third film flopped, end of the dynasty. No one gave him any major parts again. So the fact is that you will find that dynasty has its limitations because it's subject to the box office in Bollywood. Similarly in politics, it's subject to the ballot box. If the dynast keeps losing, his charm will disappear. But at the same time, you have to look at the broader thing. In the case of Rahul Gandhi, he's been one of those who's very openly said, I know that I'm in this position because of my birth. I know I have to earn it. And he has been working very hard. He's going through a phase, and the party's going through a phase where we're not doing very well. Though we have done well in some places, which is why I made that comment about Punjab. The truth is that for our successes and our failures, there are lessons to be drawn, and those have to be implemented by the party structure. Thank you. Sorry, the reason I need this repeated doses of hot tea is not only because of my fondness for the British, which you've all seen on display today, but because I have a very bad cough and cold, and I'm just trying to wash it down with hot tea while speaking. So on the dynasty, I just want to stress that I think at the moment it's very clear that if tomorrow there were a free election for the post of Congress president, Rahul Gandhi would win. The Congress workers and the Congress office bearers would almost unanimously still support him. He then has to put that support to the good purpose of winning the broader electorate behind him. And when that happens, we'll talk again.